Hey guys, I hope you're having a good week so far. So today's video, like I promised in the last video, is going to be about ways that you can start working towards your dreams and things that you can do to start working towards your goals. So the first thing that you can do that I found very helpful is watching YouTube videos online, YouTube tutorials from people that are doing what you want to do or have an expertise in what you're looking into doing. Anything you're looking to learn, there's probably somebody who is teaching that. As educators or just people that are passionate about doing it, you can learn so much from somebody who is just doing what you want to do, even if they aren't actively teaching you how to do it. I call it YouTube Academy because there are endless resources and there is endless information on YouTube. If you are looking for recipes or even just advice, that is a really great place to start looking. Another thing you can do is just go online and do research and read through articles. Try to learn as much as you can from free resources, but also make sure to fact check as you go along and compare with different sources. I typically just do a general search and then just kind of narrow it down to resources that I find most reliable. As another film example, there's resources like Studio Binder and Backstage that all give very reliable and knowledgeable information on the topic that I'm looking into. And that's different for whatever you're looking for, but articles and blogs from people that know a lot about what you're looking into, those are really great places to find information and just to figure out where to start when you are getting into something new. Another piece of advice is if for what you're going into you need equipment, please make sure that you do a lot of research beforehand. Anytime I'm buying something new, I always research it, even if it's like a new soap that I'm trying. I have found that that has led me to find higher quality products and save me more money long term than it would if I was just trying out different things on my own. And of course, you'll have your own personal opinion on products, so if somebody really liked something, you might not like it. But as a general rule of thumb, I have found that it is safer and more consistent to do your research beforehand and before you buy those types of things. And I promise that the time that it'll take you to do that will be worth it in the long run. When you're starting out, maybe aim for mid-tier. So there's the top of the line professional quality equipment that's typically extremely expensive and might be out of your price range and your budget when you're starting. And then there's like the bottom level, cheapest you can find, might not even work and is more likely to break. So I typically like to aim for the middle, kind of the happy medium where the price line is more affordable, but it's also something that'll probably last me long term. I will watch YouTube videos on product reviews, people physically using the product, seeing the results of that equipment and their workflow with that equipment. Again, you can go to articles online where there's people testing and ranking. You want to make sure that your money is going to a good investment rather than something that is just going to be wasted down the road. But even if you're starting with the lowest tier or the lower mid tier of something, know that you can always upgrade and get something nicer as you go on. So I would say aim for mid tier, do your research on different brands, figure out what you think is going to be best for what you want and what you need, and go from there. Also, never underestimate the power of your laptop. You can do so much with your phone and your laptop. Keep in mind that you might already have everything you need in your pocket. You can even research different ways that you can use those tools most effectively and to their highest potential. Another piece of advice for when you're going into your dream and something that you can do to help you achieve it is take chances. Try new things. Let yourself make mistakes and let yourself be bad at something new. You can't get good at something if you don't start it, and you're going to probably be bad when you start, and that's okay. You can improve from there. So let yourself take chances, let yourself make mistakes, and know that you're not going to be amazing at it right when you start out. The more you do, the more you can assess and improve and work to do better next time. You're going to grow more in the long run and become better in the long run by actually doing and learning from mistakes you made along the way and then trying to do better next time. Because inevitably, even next time, something will probably also go wrong or there will be something that you could improve upon, but just analyze what you already did and realize what you can do differently next time. Think critically, not negatively, but critically about everything that you do and analyze your final product in a way that can help you grow in the future. Another thing you can do that is extremely helpful and is a great first step in going towards any of your goals is reading books. Find resources that are in line with what you want to learn, and those can be extremely helpful. There are books written by experts, there are books written by people just doing what you want to do, and all of those can be helpful. It just depends on what you want and what you're looking for, but I promise promise you those resources exist. So look for those. And those have helped me in so many areas. Whenever I'm going into something new, I'm always looking to learn as much as I possibly can, and reading is a great way to do that. I also highly recommend that when you're reading, take notes. Even if you don't want to mark up your physical book, which sometimes I do that, I'll write notes in the margins, I'll underline things, highlight things. But if you don't want to do that, even just marking the pages or writing sticky notes, having a separate journal, I'll also do that too. I'll have a separate journal where I write down all of my thoughts, what I thought were some highlights, and some really good pieces of advice from that text. So then after I read it, if I want to go back to the information, I don't need to read the whole book again. I have a page of highlights and really crucial information that I can look back to, and I don't have to read back through all of the fluff or filler if there was any of that. It just saves a lot of time, and also it gives you a really great resource to look back on moving forward. Another great thing you can do when going into your goal is listening to interviews of people who are already doing what you want to do. This can be media interviews, it can be one-on-one sit-down talks that are online. Those are also typically found on YouTube. I've noticed when I'm watching interviews, even if I'm just watching them with entertainment in mind, you never know when they're going to drop a helpful piece of advice or some perspective on what they're doing and what it's like to do what they do. A lot of times when I'm watching an interview, they'll give insight on the field that I want to go into without even probably realizing it, because for them, that's just their day-to-day life. They're living it and experiencing it. And when they talk about their experiences and you've never lived that yourself, you can learn a lot from that. Whenever I do that, I find that it gives me a really good perspective. It'll either be something that helps me get to it, or it's kind of a cautionary tale of something that went wrong for them that they learned from. And by doing that, you can learn a lot from other people's mistakes without having to go through them on your own. It can inform you on things to be aware of that you might not have known could be a potential issue or could be something to be wary of when going into that field. There could also be experiences and things that they talk about that are highlights of what they do, and that can be inspiring and motivating for you to want to get to that point, to want to continue working towards this dream or goal, because you know now that there are things that you can work towards that excite you and are really motivating and inspirational. Another thing off of that kind of goes in line with interviews a little bit is listening to TED Talks. Sometimes there will be experts or just even inspirational and motivational speakers in a TED Talk setting that can be very helpful and beneficial. So that's another thing to look for and maybe try to find online when you're first going into your goal or your dream and you need something to inspire you, something to motivate you, or something to educate you on whatever it is that you want to go into. Something else that I think is really great to do, and it's really great in general, but when it comes to something that you're passionate about, that's where it's really crucial, and that's meeting new people. This can be even just talking to them online, connecting on social media, or in person through clubs and events, getting in contact with groups of people and other like-minded people that are passionate about what you're passionate about. This is a really great way to create and grow your circle when it comes to your career or your dream or your goals, because you'll have your personal circle of friends, and that can include some of the same people, but you also want to have a professional circle where they feel like friends, but you have the same goals and work-related passions. And it can be really great to just talk with them, bounce ideas off of them, brainstorm and work together. And just to have people that are like-minded and can understand some of the things that you're going through and working towards. And it can be really inspiring and just also a really great environment to be a part of. When you find people like that, it can be really great to learn from them too. Just ask them about their experiences in a very casual way where you're just kind of having a conversation, but you'll both be really passionate and excited about it. And you can talk about your experiences and things you've learned. And I found that when I'm in environments like that, not only is it really exciting and inspiring, but I also just learn so much from the people that are interested in the things that I'm interested in. It can also be really reassuring if I hear that some of them have the same fears or worries that I had going into it, or that they still have those same fears and worries, and they're also doing what it is that I want to do, because you realize that everybody has their own doubts, everybody has the things that they struggle with, and you still see the work that they create that inspires you or that you're really impressed by. It's just always great to branch out, reach out. You never know when even that friendship could turn into an opportunity for you to grow or to work together and collaborate. It's just a really great thing to do both professionally and personally. Another thing, if you can afford it, I highly recommend signing up for courses. I want to clarify, it should be good, trustworthy courses from people that you have either followed their videos before, you've learned a lot from them in the past, or they've been positive role models for you. Because sometimes online, I feel like everybody has a course now, and a lot of times it can be a money grab. It just depends on who's creating that course. Be aware of where it's coming from and who is creating it. But also, it's easy to tell who actually has knowledge to share that is going to be helpful and beneficial to you. If there is somebody where you already follow a lot of their YouTube videos, you've learned a lot from them, but you just want more, that's the type of situation where you might want to look into their course. And I like to wait until there's sales. That's when I like to typically jump on purchasing a course, because a lot of courses are lifetime access where you don't have to pay a subscription to keep the information. I like to look for lifetime access and get it when they're on sale. And that's the best value for all of the information that you could be looking for and you could be gaining from those courses. Another important thing to consider is you want to be aware and keep in mind if their teaching style matches your learning style. So if somebody is just kind of talking through all of the information, but you're more of a visual learner and would benefit from more diagrams or videos, keep that in mind, because you'll want to make sure that whatever course you're signing up for follows a teaching style that matches the way that you learn best. Does that person have a personality that you mesh with or that you want to listen to and learn from on a consistent basis? Those are just all things to keep in mind when you're looking to invest in something like that, and when you're looking for somebody to teach you more about the things that you want to learn more about. And if it's a course where you can do one-on-one talks or videos, that's also really great, because you can get personalized advice that you couldn't get otherwise from just watching something for free online. Use your own judgment, choose wisely, and just prioritize what it is that you want to learn about most right now. And don't sign up for 5 courses at once and expect that you're going to be able to do all of them and have time for all of them. Find maybe one course that is really in line with what you want to learn right now and what you want to invest your time in, because this isn't just a monetary investment. This is also investing your time and your energy into something. So find one thing that you really want to learn more about, and this is going to be a long-term investment for your future, and maybe try one of those courses first. Like I said before, do your research, find what you think feels right for you, and trust your judgment. Another thing that I think is really important is finding good role models. These are people that can help support your goals, but also your lifestyle. And this can be in person, in real life, or these can be people that you find online that are a very positive presence in your life and bring you a lot of good advice and just help you become better as a person and strive to work towards everything that you want to do. I cannot say enough that having a healthy lifestyle is super important to being able to go after your goals and to be successful. If your life and your body are not in a healthy state, that alone is causing a lot of tension. That can make it more difficult to work on external goals and dreams that you have for yourself. So just make sure you have your priorities straight. Really take care of yourself while you're working towards your goals, and just make sure that there's a balance. Having a healthy role model can be very helpful in finding that balance, having a good influence in your life, whether that be, like I said, in person or online. So just be aware of what you're taking in from online, because that still can have a very real impact on you, whether that be in your real personal life or not. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with an inspirational quote of the day, and that is, if you want it, work for it. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. So whatever goal you have for yourself, start taking a little step every day towards that goal, whether it be just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Take that first initial step and do something small towards your goal or your dream. Even if you just take one of these pieces of advice moving forward, taking the time to invest in what you really want to do is so important, and it's also just so rewarding. You're going to feel amazing. So like I said, if you want it, you have to work for it, and you only get the things that you work for. So no matter how much you dream about it or you think about it or you wish that it'll be true, it's probably not going to happen unless you start taking action towards it and you create your reality, you create your dreams. Although visualizing and thinking about it is helpful, nothing is actually physically going to happen until you take physical action towards your goals and you start making changes and doing things to grow towards it. That is when you will see real growth, and that is when you will start to see your goals and the reality you want for yourself start coming true. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you do any of these things, if you think there's anything that I missed that could be really helpful for someone to hear. I really enjoyed getting to sit down and talk to you today about this. I'm really excited to see what you guys do and which pieces of this advice were helpful for you. I hope you have a great day and a great night, and I'll see you in the next one.
Outside